What's up, everyone? Wayne Craig here. My page is full of doing everything different. Algorithm hates it. I don't care. I enjoy doing different stuff. So here's one that's different. I've been watching. They're pretty funny. Nick Sabin in the Verbo commercials making fun of Airbnb, and he's there. The owner's there when they're taking a hot tub. He's there all the time, and that's what Airbnb lately has been getting. Kind of a lot of reputation of some very poor owners want to run their Airbnb, and they do a very poor job at it. If you did not know me, I was a director of housekeeping operations, and I was the owner relations manager for quite a long time on the West Coast. Some of the nicest resorts on the West Coast. One was the #1 place to get married in the United States. And one in Pacific City. I took care of $42 million homes there. So 42 different owners before Airbnb. The most interesting thing and why I like the commercial so much, because they kind of hit the nail on the head, but either way you do it, you needed a cooler. 42 homes, renters coming in and out. Summers are just blistering, people in, people out. I internalized housekeeping. They never had done that before. When we internalized housekeeping in Pacific City, it ended up paying half of my director's salary when we internalized it, and we kept the money ourselves, obviously, and paid the housekeepers, and I paid them pretty well, and they got good tips there as well. We were doing pretty well because I was paying them above the average, quite a bit above the average. But here's the thing, why it always fails is I had to deal with these owners. You have to have a cooler. In my opinion, you do have a few Airbnb. You do have some owners and Verbo owners that are okay, that are good, working with the customer. But what I had run into is you needed someone like me, the cooler, to deal with issues that pop up, because they just absolutely usually kind of suck at dealing with hospitality, dealing with renters, dealing in a way that would make them happy, would make us happy. You know, I mean, we're pushing people in and out, but what happens with the Airbnb is they're all up in it, the owners. They want to save a buck. They don't want to spend anything. They want to clean themselves. I've been in a lot of Airbnbs. They don't do a very good job cleaning at all. And then if you get an Airbnb that has, let's say, just a room you're renting, and I did that just this last year when I was going to Alaska, and I just spent three nights in the Airbnb. It was a nice bedroom, had a shower, and they didn't clean a shower very well, and the person was actually living there. And the cleanliness of it sucked, and it was okay. But this is why, and I've talked about this before, Airbnb struggles because you have these crazy owners that want to control everything from the cleaning. They get more profits. They're telling people to do their dishes before before they leave, and they pay a $200, $250, $300 cleaning fee. And people are saying, F you, I'm not going to do my dishes. What do you think that $200-300 it's going? What do you think that $200 or $300 is going to? It's going right into their pocket, the owner's pockets. They have figured it out. It was no different when I made every one of my properties pet friendly, and they got better with the flea bombs. They would last 6 to 8 months, and I think one's a year now. But you have to take care of that stuff, and that was just basically money in your pocket when you started to let the dogs are part of family now. They can come there and have a good time, and you charge them a $50, $100 fee. I think ours was always $50. Every property I had went to, we let animals in there, and it's just money. It's free money coming in because, the biggest thing is you don't want fleas. Well, you bomb them, and it lasts 8 months, and then you just do a good cleaning part. This is not reinventing the wheel. What Airbnb and Verbo and others have done is figured out that they don't have to have the middleman. But then you see what happens when you don't have a middleman. It's someone that was really good at massaging situations with owners. Before it even gets to the owner, the renter is upset about something. They're dealing with me, trying to make it all right. I have my resources where I was working. I could give them a free dinner, free meal if something happened. But the more we went on, the less we had to do that because we had our shit together. So just remember, when you see those commercials, what it's done is the owners that own these homes have figured out that they can make more money. That's as simple as that. They have a home. They don't want to deal with the middle person. They want to clean themselves. They don't want to deal with a cleaner a lot of times. They want the money themselves. They want to dictate everything that happens in their home. Just not quite the way it works. I'm going to tell you a very quick story here. One of the strangest group of owners I ever had was on San Juan Island. and it was Roche Harbor, and there were some good ones, but there were some owners there that were just a little bit eccentric, man. They really were. And I had a guy that before he would show up with his wife, he owned like 7 homes, just one where we were, and had an elevator that goes to the top, 3 floors, and it was pretty cool. If they had a wedding, it would always the groom and the bride and the groom were there, and that house had an elevator to the top. You could throw parties on top there and see the beautiful Sailor Sea. But he would come in, and pickiest guy I've ever dealt with, but whatever. Before he would show up, we told him, tell us when you're going to show up and we'll make sure. And I would have the housekeepers, I would walk, we would spend a week, block it off, just getting this place perfect, knowing there wasn't anything wrong. I'd take pictures. And he came in one night, and I'd always have wine that was waiting for them. There was some wine that was made on San Juan Island. They show up, I would have 2 bottles of wine for them, one for the wife, like different, the husband, saying, welcome back, we're glad you're here. And I get a call early in the morning. He never cared. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Hey, Wayne, can you come on over to the house? We got an issue. We got an issue. An issue with what? I just knew this guy was, well, I showed up and his wife wasn't there. He was the only one there, and he drank both bottles of wine, and he was complaining that a pitcher was damaged. I had taken pictures. Now, I'm not going to confront him. I confronted the ownership of the people running the actual resort, but he was saying that the pitcher fell and he wanted it fixed. And I had taken pictures of everything. I always took pictures of the pitchers as well, and nothing was damaged. What he was is he drank both them things of wine, and he knocked his pitcher off, and he wanted it fixed. All right, whatever. Part of the thing was we had 51%, they had 49%, they split the profits. And it was our job to get things fixed because we were the person working on the rentals. I knew he did it, but it didn't matter. So I said, I can get it fixed by someone in Seattle. Nope, I want the original artist who was in France, I believe Paris. So I talked to the actual person that painted it, and he was like, is this guy nuts? He wants to send that back. It wasn't, he got it for only like $800. He really, the amount of money you're going to spend to get it there, then I have to get it back, and you're going to reimburse me. It's not worth it. Yeah, I guess so. So we sent it off. We did that. It was quite the thing. It took about a month and a half, but it got fixed. But that's the kind of stuff that he would do, and that's the kind of owners that you hear the horror stories from when you don't have that middle person, and you don't have that person to have that buffer between the guests and the owner's just dealing with the guests, and then you have all the disasters. So yes, they don't make as much money, but they also needed someone to be that person, be that cooler, be that just the rational person that could deal with issues that arose. So he wasn't the only one. I had another guy, Bob. Oh my God. Bob was a little strange. He didn't care if I had my days off. It's 8 minutes here. He didn't care if I had my days off. He would call me on my days off because he wanted to talk to me for 30 minutes a week about nothing. So I'd be out there kayaking in the Sailor Sea. He would call, Bob, I'm on my day off. No, I just want to talk. So I would just put it on the kayak. I'd put the speaker on, mute me, and he'd just be blabbing away. Did you get that? Oh yeah, I got it, Bob. Got it. Absolutely. All right. When you see that commercial with Nick Sabin again, think of this because it's absolutely true. It's pretty funny as well. See ya.